Alpha Andromedae 2 has begun reaping the benefits of access to interstellar resource production, and the moment to begin automating the production of logistic stations has arrived. Or maybe it arrived a while ago, but I'm actually getting around to it now. Hello, Legion, this is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Dyson Sphere Program in our Alpha Andromedae series. So, yeah, one of the first things I want to do, maybe not right away, is go ahead and get those logistic stations automating. But I did mention in the last episode that I would also like to get our diamond situation fixed at the moment. So let's go ahead and take care of that first and foremost, because I think there's a pretty clear opportunity to get it done if I just pay attention for a moment and see how I can resolve it. So it looks like, yeah, all right, I see a spot where I can sneak a diamond line in. It's literally right here. Yep. So this is going to work amazingly well. I'm going to use the existing diamond line. I'm no longer going to... I'll keep this running until I've got the new diamonds coming in, but I'm no longer going to produce diamond using these. So that's going to help us produce additional energetic graphite. All right, now the challenging part here. I should probably use bots for this. And I know a lot of you would be very happy if I did. So maybe I'll just be a man of the people and use bots for this. Not actual towers, just bots. I've done this for a few other resources so far, so I think it makes sense. I'll go ahead and do a tower about that tall, and then plug that in, and... I was trying something there. I thought maybe it was possible just to click on the icon without messing with my inventory, but of course it's not. All right, I do not want you to provide for me. I just want you to collect from other distributors. And you're going to collect specifically diamonds. So now with that being done, all I need to do is come over here. Do I already have diamonds importing anywhere? Because I feel like I already set that up. Let me check. I do. I feel like I've already got that somewhere. But if I don't, then I can just import them from that station. Alright, I don't have diamonds set up here. And I don't have any other planetary logistics stations to speak of. So it couldn't be anywhere else. Or rather, I have plenty of planetary planetary logistic stations, but the interstellar logistic stations, these, are all covered by what I just looked at. So let's go ahead and set this to remote demand. I'll go ahead and leave the capacity at full for now and just let them bring in all the diamonds. And then what I'll do is build an additional output line here to go to about there. We'll put a splitter down right where that tree is. Connect. All right, and now we have some extra storage. And then finally, place that there. Distribute to other distributors. It looks like diamond is set up there. Did it do that automatically? Or did I do that and just not... Did I do it absent-mindedly? Hang on. I've got to see if it does that automatically. Oh my god, it did it automatically. That's amazing. It happened so quickly and I was clicking things like just so... I was focused on what I was saying and not necessarily on every single click. And I was like, wait, did I do that? No, it knows that diamonds are going to be fed into this, so it automatically sets diamonds into the filter. And the diamonds have already arrived. Holy crap, that was fast. All right, so we've got this set to provide to other distributors. And let's see if some bots... They do. Some bots are coming to get those diamonds. So that's fantastic. Now that that is in place, I'm going to come over here. And I'm going to delete all of these. And I'm going to delete that line there. So diamonds are now arriving along the line, and hopefully... I mean, they're already showing up on the line in higher quantities, I feel like. But I'll be really curious to see, once they've been transported like this for a moment, like, do things back up? How do things look? Let me... Yeah, so right now diamonds are being used for these, and okay. Starting to see more show up on the lines already. Alright, that's good. I'm watching this, trying to decide if I want to use an actual planetary logistics station. Anyway, while that kind of builds up, I think it's time... Oh yeah, photon spotlight mining technology. Yeah, that's the thing that needs to happen. Have I already researched those cubes? The gravity matrices? Yes, I have. Yes, I have. So we need to get those building. Before I research anything that requires a green cube, though, let's finish unlocking some of the things that do not require gravity matrices. So mechanical frame, extra 2 meters per second movement speed. Sure, why not? So let's go ahead and queue that up. Extra warp speed, but that requires gravity matrices. Yep, extra solar sail life. One of the first things I want to address once we have all these newfangled resource situations working in our favor is we need to get solar sails producing much more effectively on this planet than we currently have. It's a little bit of a disgrace at the moment, so we'll address that sooner than later. All right, logistics carrier capacity, yes. Logistics carrier engine, not just yet. Vanes utilization, yes. Research speed, yes. Technically, I should do that first. But we've already plowed our way through a lot of the mechanical frame research. So let's go ahead, while I'm looking at this, let's get a tower built that will build gravity matrices. So these require graviton lenses and quantum chips. They're not cheap. Recall that information matrices require particle broadband and processors, but these are the first to actually require chips. It's going to be a challenge. So let's see. Best place to put this tower. I'm realizing something. I don't think it'll fit there unless I move stuff around significantly. And I kind of like the idea of having it there because it fits in with where I have my other towers at the moment. It's not that big of a deal, though. I think what I'd rather do... Yeah, let's put it here. It's a little bit odd in some ways. Oh, did I build more? Yeah, I did. Just want to make sure I got the additional towers built up. Okay. This is going to be interesting because I'm going to need to increase my resource production here to really make this work. But it does seem like this thing is already powered, probably because of satellite substations. Let's take a look at that just to be sure. Oh yeah, it's definitely powered. So, 2 inputs, quantum chips and graviton lenses. I don't know that I have enough quantum chips being produced on the regular. Yeah, this is going to be fun. All right, so where are they going? They're going in 2 directions. They're going over here to support the production of assembling machine Mark IIIs. And why aren't... Okay, I still don't have processors coming in quickly. Also, am I short on power? Yes, I am. Holy crap, that was fast. All right. But you know what? I can probably run some mini fusion power plants. Oh, totally. Yeah, this is doable. This is doable. This will be an absurdly easy fix to the power situation. Temporary, but it'll work. All right, now with that done, let's come back over here. I need to see what I can do to increase my chip production. This is something that does happen around this stage in Stellaris very commonly, because processors just require, or they don't require, well, they do require a ton of components, but they also are required by a ton of components. But that doesn't really set in until late game, mid to late game. And so it can kind of sneak up on you like, oh, I'm actually out of processors. How'd that happen? Because you didn't ratchet up the production of those things quite enough. All right, so let's have an additional output here. All right, what I'm really hoping is that I can delete that. Please connect. Okay, it's not going to let me connect. All right, right about to there, and then cross. Let's just bring you straight there. Still loving the fact that those arches just are built automatically. It's fantastic. It makes me happy. Okay. So this is extraordinarily temporary. Now let's go down here. It looks like we are starting to produce a surplus of these, which is good. I will have to... I'm just going to double this up. Okay, so this one... I need about 2 more spots on this line to make this happen. Ooh, actually, you know what? I like this idea. What I've just done. What do you mean collide with other object? There we go. So we're going to have these two not outputting to the warpers. So these are going to be on a separate production line. And they will be sending these exclusively in the direction of our new gravity matrix production. Let's see if we can make this happen somewhat effectively here. Oh yeah, there we go. There we go. Perfect. We'll do the rest of the line in just a moment. I think one of the best reasons to continue to use spaghetti rather than just having bots for everything is that remember that bots do draw power. And belts don't. Belts can just run your stuff all over the place. You know, 30... What is it? Is that 30 meters per second? It just says 30 per second. I was like, wait a minute, what's the unit of distance? I'm confused now. But you get the point. It's very straightforward. Alright, so to get these through here, I'm going to have to do a little bit of heavier lifting, which is fine. It's par for the course. So let's move you over. Now, it's automatically lifting me up to there just as I bring it in this direction, which is cool. Oh wait, hang on, let's delete that. That seemed like it was connecting to that line, which I did not want. Alright, now we are in business, because I just need to bring it over this way, and then bring it down to the ground, like so. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. And then, just like the rest of our towers, we're going to go ahead and get some storage built. How many high do I have these right now? I mean, I suppose I could build these up even higher just to the maximum. All right, this is a little bit of overkill. Not fully necessary. Nice. Solar cell life has been researched. But I'm going to go ahead and have 2 outputs here. Let's even do 3 outputs. And then, very straightforwardly, done. So now all I need to do is get the sorter set up to output onto this line, and we'll be good. We actually will have gravity matrices being produced, which is great. Alright, now that that's done, the diamond situation should also be... Let's see how that's progressed. The diamond line should hopefully be... Oh man, it's still not full, despite the fact that... Okay, it's... Ooh, just kidding. It's starting to fill up. So you can tell that we're producing enough diamond that the energy matrix tower, or the structure matrix tower, excuse me, is completely full. Completely full. And so now every diamond, nice, gravity matrix, every diamond that goes into this splitter is now mostly going this way, which is phenomenal. Which will really help, especially with the production of these, given that I need to make so many of them now. So diamonds are helping not just the production of structure matrices, but the production of these as well. Now I'm going to need to figure out what's going on with my processors, but first, let's now begin what I mentioned a moment ago at the beginning of the episode. We need to start thinking about automating these. And ironically, it requires processors. So we really do need to figure out what's going on with processors. But first, let's take a look at the things that are needed. We already have storage set up for these, and then this is coming over here. That's just supporting, yeah, that's fine. So we need steel, we need titanium, we need processors, and we need particle containers. I will use bots to get this done. I don't need you to distribute to me, I just want you to have some bots. And you are going to provide that resource to other distributors. Looks like some of the metal production here is slowing down a bit. I'll have to keep an eye on that. All right, so over here we have the titanium and we have the steel, which is mostly everything, but then we just need the processors. So we have titanium being flown here, or steel rather being flown here, and then titanium sitting here, I mean, just ready. So if I were to fly the... Yeah, that would work. If I were to fly the, what are they called? Particle containers here? Then it would be just a matter of getting the processors into place. Now the processors, I don't have a ton of. We still have 300 incoming, which is good. That goes to show we're still producing them. Let's go ahead and put those in my inventory for a moment. These two. These two. These two. Great transmission efficiency. Very good. That'll come in handy for power as well. So processors are only here, and then it looks like we do have storage set up to fly them places. But I need to be bringing in processors much more rapidly to make this happen. So let's have you provide to distributors. So where are you going? Yeah, this is probably... This is being used for... Yeah, the production of... Oh wow, are we actually light on Casimir? Alright, that's something that I can resolve using special resources. So, oh, hydrogen. What? Excuse me? What are you talking about? So we're actually light on hydrogen now. That's hilarious. How is that physically possible? This seems like a situation that should self-resolve. Or maybe it's already self-resolving. Yeah. Maybe the hydrogen is actually emptying now. Let's look. Oh my god, it is. Slowly but surely. We actually have... That's unexpected. I mean, there are additional ways to get hydrogen, so it's not the end of the world. But wow. Wow. This is surprising. I wouldn't have expected that. Can we maybe scale back on these a little bit? So maybe delete 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What did that do to the power situation? Yeah. Let's delete all of those. All right, so that did put a dent in my power production, but it will also put a dent in how many of these are being demanded. Which feels like a win. Wow. I was not expecting hydrogen to be kind of having trouble making it into this line. I mean, it's still, we're producing electromagnetic matrices at full speed, so it's fine. But wow. Like, that's the first time I've seen hydrogen not backed up in my base. So, I guess that's a sign things are moving in the right direction. I'll take it. So we need to fly these. I've already got them set up. Already have chips set up. We just need to fly to Alpha Andromedae 4 basically and figure out why those are not being brought in a little bit more readily. So yeah, this is going to be pretty easy, all considered. Let's just get this done. Let's see. If I put a splitter here, here, and then here. So this will be the... Let's just look at the building directly. Actually don't need titanium to be flown there. Nice. Sorter cargo stacking has increased. That will help with efficiency across the board. Trying to see the best way to do this. I can probably just spit out some titanium here. Yeah, a couple of things. Let me go ahead and delete that. Because what I can do is bring... No, come on. What you doing? Let's bring this into play. Yes, those do draw a little bit more power, but it's worth it to me. So worth it. All right. So here's the titanium. It's a little bit wonky, but it'll work. So there's that. And then we just need to import, again, in order. Let's do this by the building. Let's import processors here. And then we need to figure out what's going on with those. We're going to request those from other collectors. And let's plug in the bots. And then finally, we will request particle containers. We're going to request those from other distributors. Plug in the bots. And then hopefully have plenty of those on standby once we figured out our processor situation. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to quickly look at... I could go ahead and set up the production of them as well. Yeah, let's do that while I'm sitting right next to it. Makes sense. It's the sensible thing to do. I'm just going to have one of these. So, titanium, steel, processors. This is a little bit ridiculous, but I like it. It'll work. And these are now in position to be automatically produced. Oh, of course. Of course that would happen. Let's see if we can change that. Yes, we can. Hilarious. It was so perfect until it wasn't. Oh my god, are you really going to do this? There we go. I have praised this game repeatedly and will continue to, but sometimes the automatic construction of things can get pretty ridiculous. Alright, so until we have actual chips, processors specifically, the rest of this is going to be somewhat slow. But what I can do here is use this last splitter in my inventory just to have some storage set up for these. And we don't need a ton of them being produced at all. Like I really just want to have maybe 5 stacks for now. We can mass produce them later, but this is going to be a power draw, and I don't want to be irresponsible about it. So, now that we are 28 minutes into the episode, I'm not going to stop just yet, but let's head to Alpha Andromedae 3. Oh wow, yeah, we definitely need to work on our Dyson Swarm. I think basically my production apparatus is having trouble keeping up at the moment with solar sails specifically. So there are some resources I can bring in to make that happen. We're going to start with the stuff that I'm already that I have going in Zeta RA though. All right, so we've arrived here. Let's see what's going on. Yep, I can see you're not producing. Why? Copper. Yep. Copper shortage. That explains it. No vein here. No vein there. So, best way to resolve this, a couple different ways. Hang on. Let's go ahead and put that in place so I can mine all of that copper. That's the first time I think I've ever had a production line going through its field in that specific way. That's funny. All right, how much more copper do I have on this planet? Not a lot. This is a planet that's going to need to import copper ore. I'm realizing immediately. So let me see how the silicon import situation is coming. Yeah, we have plenty. I just haven't set it up. I haven't connected it. So we're also going to import copper ore here. Like, absolutely. We're going to need to. So I will mine the rest of the planet while I'm thinking about this. But Now, wait a minute. If we had that copper coming in all this time, I guess maybe I just need to have some additional mining set up on that, because it's not fast enough. And then I think there might be one other copper deposit for me to find. Yeah, there will be. But we're going to need to import copper ore. All right, can I get... Looks like 7's going to be the best I can do, but that's fine. 7 is great. All right, so we have a little bit more copper coming in now, and it's starting to pile up a bit, but I think that's mainly just because of how much just got injected onto that line. Let's see what happens once this volume arrives here. And that should hopefully resolve the chip shortage for the time being. I do need to set up copper export on one of my other planets, though, in order to really keep this going. What does... Hang on, this might be explaining the Dyson swarm issue as well. No, it's not. Yeah, the Dyson swarm issue is mainly just, I think, other resources being in high demand. Perhaps the prisms. We'll take a look at that next episode. All right, we're 32 minutes in now. I think, it seems like, hang on, I'm going to watch this for a moment longer. Let me dump some copper into this storage just to see if it fully backs up. What I want to see is if the amount is increasing in here now. Let's watch it for a moment. If it's increasing or decreasing, then we'll know if the shortage is resolved. That stack is either going to go away or a new stack is going to be added first. Whichever it is, it looks like it's trending towards a new stack. Yeah, I think it's growing slowly but surely. Okay, I'll stop this episode here. In the next one, we are going to head to Zeta Arae most likely and continue the export process. We need to get sulfuric acid importing. We need to get organic crystal importing. And then we need to look for a planet with, I mean, speaking of photon combiners and also speaking of Casimir crystals, since we have shortages of both, we need to go ahead and import this particular resource, optical grading crystal. So we need to find a source for that. We may have it in Zeta Arae, but if we don't, we've almost certainly got it in another system nearby. This upgrade's about to finish, so distribution ranges have been improved on those, thankfully. And then it's a matter of just continuing to get these new recipes integrated into my production process so that all of the things that have been so expensive to produce up to this point are just immediately much more efficient. Let me make sure everything is upgraded here as much as possible. Yep. Wanted to make sure all of those were done. So how is the... Yeah, this looks like it's completely functioning now. And it actually seems like silicon might be a bit of a problem. It is. So actually, before I leave, let's go ahead and fix that problem because we're ready to fix it. We've got this set up and good to go. So we're going to bring silicon up this line. Straight north. This is going to be glorious. Okay, let's go ahead and build a splitter here. Just need to have, well, I really need one. I don't need to build 5, but we'll get it done. It's fine. Sometimes I do wish components like gears, not necessarily ingots, but gears produced 2 at a time rather than 1 at a time, you know? Maybe that's just me. Done. So now silicon is going to be flowing into that production apparatus much faster, which should ensure that we continue to produce chips at a reasonable rate. Copper is definitely starting to pile up again, but we're going to need to get copper ore importing as well, just to ensure that this situation doesn't repeat. We need a solid flow of these coming in. And right now, it's anything but that. So we'll keep an eye on it and see what we can do to continue to improve it. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. If it's not your first time or even your second, look for the join button to access unique emotes, badges, and other perks. New episodes are coming out every day at noon, U.S. Eastern Time, and comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next time.